we're going to be talking about trade rumors that are swirling around Miles Garrett. And yeah, Miles Garrett was unhappy the last game. He did not look like he wanted to be part of none of the team shenanigans. And Miles Garrett was definitely separated from the team. We're going into a bye week. I'm sure that there's going to be some talks with agents, front office, personnel, things of that nature. And trust and believe there are a few teams on the radar to possibly be the ones to get Miles Garrett if that ends up being on the table. If Miles Garrett goes up for a trade or he asks for a trade, remember the trade deadline is coming up, and this right here could be detrimental to the Cleveland Browns organization, to say the least. This right here could really blow the doors open on the Cleveland Browns organization. But like I said, shout out to everybody that's coming into the chat, man. We got big news on Miles Garrett, and I'm going to be revealing some of the happenings that's going on with this situation. And y'all just need to hit the like button, share this video, and let's get this information out there to those who do not know. It's a good Saturday evening, and I'm going to spend my evening talking with y'all about the Cleveland Browns, Miles Garrett, and the coaching staff of the Cleveland Browns, and what is actually going on with this situation right here. Well, Miles Garrett has definitely voiced his opinion about what is going on, and he's voiced his opinion that he wants to win, and he wants to win now. And he thinks that the team has more to give than they're actually giving, and he's fed up with the shenanigans, Coach Stefanski, this whole Dylan Gabriel situation that's going on. Also, the owner, Jim Haslam. What is going on with the future of the franchise? You got Deshaun Watson, who may be coming back into the fold as well. It's a lot going on with the Cleveland Browns. You got the Cleveland media calling for actions that they would like to see from the Browns. You have former players. You have former owner. You have college coaches. People who played against Shedeur Sanders and people who respect his play. There's a lot of people talking right now, and it's no longer being speculated that Shedeur Sanders is being held back. But needless to say that all of this is coming to a head to make Miles Garrett speak on and come out of his mouth to say that maybe he needs to look for a team who actually wants to win. Now, that is a gut punch to the Cleveland Browns because he is the best player on that organization, make no mistakes about it. And at this point in time, he's being neglected for attention that is going to Dylan Gabriel, in my opinion. Hit the like button when you come into the live, folks. We're trying to get this as many people on this live as possible. But Miles Garrett being neglected, or his wants and wishes being neglected, to satisfy that of Coach Stefanski, and I would go as far as to even say Dylan Gabriel. I don't know what kind of ways that this will be between the players, but I do know that once you get somebody like Miles Garrett upset about what's going on with the organization, upset with ownership, upset with the coaching staff, and ultimately dividing up the locker room, because there's a lot of people that's going to go his way, because he's the captain of that team. So there will be a lot of people that want to go his way. Obviously, I've seen and heard that there are people that want to side with Dylan. Some of the younger players on the team like to side with Dylan. Either way, you got a locker room that is in complete chaos. And right now, we're talking about your best player, your probably most veteran player on the team, who can actually get the point across and people will listen to and people will follow. You got this guy upset, Jim Haslam and Kevin Stefanski. Y'all have the top dog on the team talking about other teams. That's the last thing you want, because two of the teams that are interested, or two of the teams that have the cap space to take on a Miles Garrett in the contract of a high-profile player of a Miles Garrett, is one of the teams. I'm going to let the cat out the bag, and I'm only going to give you one because I want y'all to stay and listen to the entire broadcast. But one of those teams is a West Coast big boy team that could use a Miles Garrett. The other is a team from the NFC East. And this team, if this team got Miles Garrett, it would blow the doors off of the NFL. A lot of people would lose their mind, and a lot of people would be very, very upset with these two teams that have the potential and the money and cap space to pick up a player like Miles Garrett. Man, right now I'm dropping jewels on y'all. I need y'all to go ahead, double tap the screen, man. Double tap the screen, double tap the screen. Let's get as many people going in here, man, because it's going to be a lot revealed today. When these teams are revealed to you, or who these teams are that are interested in getting Miles Garrett, it is going to cause a nuclear reaction throughout the entire NFL. So we got a West Coast team, and we have a NFC East team that is interested in Miles Garrett, that have the cap space. There's only a couple teams that can handle a high-profile player like this at this time, that have the money, have the team, and have the franchise to take on a Miles Garrett. So if you don't know, you won't know. But I can tell you right now, we dropping all of those jewels right here on the Real Creator Podcast, talking sports, talking Cleveland Browns, and anything that is a hot topic in the news. But Dylan Gabriel right now and Kevin Stefanski, their little regime, I will call it, right now it is in the way of the top dog on the dogs, which is the Cleveland Browns. Right now, that is in the way. That is in the way, and that is not good for, that is not conducive to what's going on right now with the Cleveland Browns. Miles Garrett is a piece to that defense that if you took out, it may fold. It may crumble. But I can guarantee you this. Miles Garrett is the top defensive lineman in the National Football League. That's not the guy that you want to be upset. Now, let's talk about why would Miles Garrett be upset. What could be something that would have Miles Garrett upset right now? And if you're the Cleveland Browns front office, or you're the Cleveland Browns coaching staff, what would you do to keep a player like Miles Garrett happy? What do you think is something that you can do? Well, I can tell you one thing that you can do. The one thing that you can do is at least put out a winning effort. At least have a quarterback in there who can move the ball. At least have a quarterback in there that the team is behind. Now, by way of likes, double tap the screen if you think that this team is behind Dylan Gabriel. Is this team behind Dylan Gabriel? If you think so, double tap the screen right now. Because I haven't seen anything to suggest that this team is behind Dylan Gabriel at all. Nothing. I hear the coach, and the coaching staff seems like they're behind him. Miles Garrett has not endorsed Dylan Gabriel thus far. I have not heard Miles Garrett say one thing that would suggest that he was behind Dylan Gabriel, behind his plight as a quarterback, that he was in support of Dylan Gabriel getting the shot to actually be QB1. And that's important. When you got a player like Miles Garrett, you have a team like the Cleveland Browns, you got a situation going on like it is, you need the support of the top dog on the team. That's just a fact. Whatever Miles Garrett is thinking, trust and believe me, most of the team is thinking. There might be some idiots on there who, are twanging the other way. But trust and believe me, when the smoke clears, if Miles Garrett is still there, those people are going to be gone. Because a player like Miles Garrett will definitely dictate any player that is the top dog of the team what they think the team does. So if Miles Garrett comes out of his mouth and says, hey, man, we got to move on from Dillon Gabriel, the team is going to have to choose. Is Dillon Gabriel worth separating from Miles Garrett? Question and answer. Real quick, do y'all think that Dillon Gabriel is worth separating from Miles Garrett? I got to hear this shit. I'm going to put up a poll for y'all. Is Dillon Gabriel worth losing Start the Q&A. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know right now. But in my opinion, it's not even a goddamn question. It's not even a question. At all. Y'all gotta know that. Miles Garrett is the #1 defensive lineman in the NFL. So we sitting around playing with Dillon Gabriel. And like I say, this right here, this is the Miles Garrett post. Any Cleveland Browns fans on here, and you know what Miles Garrett means to the team, and you need to voice your opinion right blood clot now. Shout out to those in the chat. Who is that? B-String or B-Sting. I can't read right now, but I'm just letting y'all know that there's no way you play around, and that lets you know that the Cleveland Browns are up to something more than just opinions. The Cleveland Browns got a real problem on their hands. The Cleveland Browns are going to end up having to clean house. You got a trade deadline that's coming up, and you got your #1 player talking about maybe he needs to go somewhere else. The last thing I want to hear Miles Garrett talking about is going to another team based on the circus that I got going on, knowing goddamn well this circus not going to work. See, one thing is this. Some people going to sit around and think, oh, well, they had a plan. They're trying to stick with the plan. The bottom line is the plan never had any. Nobody thought that this plan would work. There's no goddamn way that this plan is going to work. Even if you didn't have Shedeur Sanders sitting on the bench. But to have Shedeur Sanders sitting there, who's a generational talent, and to play games with Dillon Gabriel as if this shit is going somewhere. Like, people don't have time to waste in their career fucking around with Kevin Stefanski. I know this dude can coach. That's how I know that this is some bullshit. Question and answer in the chat, man. Double tap the screen right now. We need the likes, and we definitely need you to share this video. Miles Garrett leaving the Cleveland Browns. Miles Garrett being upset with the front office, and Miles Garrett voicing his opinion that he is not playing this bullshit, and y'all need to get it together ASAP. That's what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. That's what's going on with Miles Garrett. And that's why you should never play a game like you're playing in the NFL. You know, we got collusion is one of the words that they're using right now. Collusion, folks. Y'all know what that means? Because I do. collusion means that it's some people that's upset. It's some people that really want to make a point. And the point that they're trying to make is that they'll do what the hell they want. You can't talk shit about the NFL. You can't have a famous dad who is kicking ass on all aspects of life and proud to talk shit about it. If that's your dad, then the NFL is not going to like you. Because Shador damn sure has not done anything to anybody in the NFL but ball the hell out. He ain't done shit to nobody in the NFL. Double tap the screen if you get what I'm saying. Shador Sanders ain't done nothing but ball the hell out. And it's a lot of people that's mad at Deion Sanders, primetime, the father. And that is why you're getting all this hate from a kid who just trying to live his dream. You know what I'm saying? When certain people got a little bravado about them, then it's okay. You know, it's looked at as, oh, it's passion. When Travis Kelce go and cuss out, what's that fucking Andy Reid? That's looked at as passion. He's passionate. But when it's, you know, Lamar Jackson, it's looked at as, oh, he's disrespectful. Oh, he need to be penalized. Oh, he need to be fined. Oh, he need to be sat down a couple games. Or Lamar Jackson say he hurt and they want to fine this man for not feeling, because now he's saying he needed a mental break. I could imagine somebody needing a mental break. But does Miles Garrett look like he needed a mental break on this this picture that we got illustrated right here? This is the picture of Miles Garrett on the sideline. And this is, you look and read into this dude's face and you know that he is completely frustrated with what's going on with the goddamn Cleveland Browns right now. If I was Miles Garrett right now, I would fucking be telling them, listen, y'all motherfuckers got 48 hours to get this shit right. If y'all can't get this shit right, then I'm gonna get right my goddamn self. And I'm gonna lead this motherfucking team. Y'all ain't gonna never see another defensive player like me, because they're gonna look and say, God damn, they treated Miles Garrett this way over some goddamn Dylan Gabriel. And nobody's gonna ever wanna come and play for the fucking Cleveland Browns. That's just what it is. Y'all already an awful organization, if you ask me. Y'all have done nothing but fuck up and lose close games that would take you to the championship. Y'all have made the decision, the fumble, the shot, all kinds of shit. Cleveland is like the fucking the bad news bears of sports. If it wasn't for LeBron James, they would have never got a fucking championship in that town. And shortly after LeBron championship state or city. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland has a record of fucking up bad and barely promised land. And so right now, you can make it to the promised land. You got Shador Sanders and you about to fuck up with Dylan Gabriel. But right now, I want to talk to all that says, hey, give Dylan Gabriel a shot. Give him a chance. Yada, 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 yada. Y'all know, just like I know, man, you only get a quick chance when it comes to professional sports. You don't get to fucking fuck around and find out. You don't get to lollygag and build your way up. You got to come in the league throwing the ball. I got some chats. Let me see. Somebody just commented in the chat, says, how many passes Jerry Jeudy dropped? Hey, bro, I'm glad you asked. How many open passes did Jerry Jeudy drop? Because one thing is for sure and two things for certain. If you play football, then you understand that As a quarterback, for one, to protect the ball, you don't throw the ball into coverage. Meaning, if Jerry Jeudy is running towards 4 players, that's not the time to throw him the pass because, for one, protection purposes, it could get picked off and go the other way. But also protect your fucking receiver. Don't throw the ball to your man in a whole bunch of traffic so as soon as he catches the ball, he's getting contacted by defenders. So you got to throw the ball where Jerry Jeudy don't have to drop the ball because Jerry Jeudy can catch the ball and run in an open space. When you're a quarterback, you got to know how to lead your receiver to an open space, not into more defenders. So Jerry Jeudy was dropping passes because he wasn't fucking around and ended his fucking career on a quarterback that ain't even going to be there next year. Does that make sense? Fire KS. Who the fuck is KS? I'm assuming that's Stefanski. Somebody said, David said, Jerry Jeudy is not even a true one receiver. And I got to agree with you on that. He might be like a 1A or maybe just a 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Jerry Jeudy is a 1. But I can tell you some good shit. Dylan Gabriel ain't no QB1 either. So either way, we looking crazy right now. For the simple fact that Jerry Jeudy ain't even getting a good fucking pass from Dylan Gabriel. He hitting people upside the fucking helmet. All right, not really. Trade Miles Garrett to the Eagles for the 3 picks. Trade Jerry Jeudy for A.J. Brown. That ain't bad, but you still got... So let me ask you this, David Banner. Are you suggesting that you're okay with Dylan Gabriel being your quarterback, throwing 4.5 yard average per attempt passes? Is that what you're telling me? The Browns need an offensive line and wide receivers in the draft. I agree. Jerry Jeudy ain't the best. But we done seen worse fucking receivers do good with some good passes, a decent quarterback, and you just don't want to lose Miles Garrett to this bullshit. Okay. All right, David Banner, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, it's people out here that all of a sudden, who never even fucking heard of Dylan Gabriel, all of a sudden are on his coattail because it's something other than Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders was sabotaged in the draft. We're not going to say he slid in the draft because when you slide in the draft, it means that they detected something football-wise that you couldn't do. Or they detected something football-wise that they misjudged. And you came to camp. He didn't even go to workouts with a lot of teams. But these days, you don't fucking have to. They got the internet. So you don't really have to go to these fucking workouts, man. They know what the fuck you can do. Hold on, David Banner. I'm about to read your last message right now. David Banner says, I watched your turnaround. I watched him turn around Jackson State. Dan Him, Prime, and Travis Hunter go to Colorado and turn that program around. You have the quarterback. I know this, my man. I know this, bro. I'm